Hi guys, it looks like you decided to join me again. This is Dee Williams. I'm very thankful and grateful that you've had an opportunity to stop by and watch this video again. Really quickly, my goal today is really to talk to you about why you should hire a resume writer, why it would be beneficial to you. A lot of people think it's only about getting your resume done because you need a job, right? And it's so much more to this whole process than that. You all know that I'm very passionate about that. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why you should hire a resume writer and what a good resume writer should look like for you. And then hopefully either you'll find your own or you'll take an opportunity to come and work with Identifies Consulting, because we're definitely passionate about people finding their career blessed. Anyway, I'm going to move pretty quickly here because I don't want to take up too much of your time. One of the first reasons why most people like to hire a resume writer is because they are looking for a new job opportunity. I mean, that's the most common reason, right? They're looking for something. They want to make more money. They want a better commute. They want to take care of their family in a bit different way. Whatever the case may be, they need a resume done that is going to help them not only present themselves in a way that they to show their skills and their abilities, but they want to own what they're doing. And a lot of times it's kind of hard to do that when you don't have the document to kind of show exactly what it is that you do and what you bring to the table. Sorry, kind of tongue tied tonight. It's kind of late. All right. Anyway, so that's one of the most common reasons. The second reason is that you are an industry professional, and if you're an industry professional, whether you're looking for a career opportunity or not, your web presence should definitely look very polished, and that is not just from a resume perspective, but that's where your LinkedIn profile comes in. If you have your resume, which goes on the internet to some degree, if you're uploading it to job boards or you have your own website, Google, and so forth. But you also need a presence to where you're searchable from a recruitment perspective, right? If you're looking for an opportunity, or if you are an industry professional, you want people to be able to find you. So you got to be able to have the proper words, plug in the proper words into your profile and so forth, and to brand yourself as the professional that you are. You want to look good, and here's me and my LinkedIn profile, and notice there's a lot going on there with the branding piece and so forth. And that leads me to my third reason why you need to hire a resume writer. And the bottom line is that you are a brand, whether you want to admit it or not. You are a brand. If you have a online presence, you are a brand. It's old school to think only companies brand themselves. Look at P. Diddy. I use him as an example. He's a brand. The Rock, he's a brand. And while we're not as famous as those individuals are, you could become famous. Okay, I'm going in a different direction. I'm just saying, you're a brand. And so instead of letting the internet define who you are as a brand, it's very much so important for you to define who you are as a brand. Now, some people may say, well, Dee, I don't want to start my own business. I don't want to run my own thing or do my own thing. And that doesn't have to be you. However, you are a brand. Whatever it is that you do that's special in your professional world or your personal world, there is a digital footprint. And because of that, you definitely want to take the time out to make sure that your profile is up to date and doing well. So here is a copy of my my LinkedIn profile. I have on the surface, it says I have about 28,000 first level connections. When I go into my contacts, I have about 36,000. So I'm branding myself pretty well, and I definitely want to help you brand yourself too. So we talked about the three main reasons why you need a resume writer. Let me give you show you. Well, let's do this first. Let me show you how when we're the basic format. This is kind of like some information for you to think about when you're working with a resume writer, and what you should expect from a resume writer. Now, I've been in this industry for about 19 years, and one of the things that I've done over the past 19 years is I have been really, really obsessed with talking to hiring managers and working with hiring managers on filling their positions. And one of the things that I have found to be very interesting is that there is always this pile of resumes in the corner or on the desk, and they're trying to figure out, I'm always trying to figure out, like, why have you not contacted these individuals? And they say something wrong with the resume, it doesn't look right, whatever the case may be. So let me give you the standard format of what a resume should look like. And please believe I'm not giving anything away here, because there's so much more to writing a resume than just the standard format, okay? But let me give you a little bit of information here. So you definitely want to include your first and your last name. I just put your name here, but you want to have your first and your last name. And if you have any suffixes, I hope I said that right. So an MBA or a PMP or what have you, you definitely want to make sure you have that title behind your name so that it is visible for the potential recruiter or employer to see. Now, let me just say this, that most people write their resume with the perception of, this is what I've done, and that's cool. But you have to understand, you want to write your resume for not just you and in your perception, but the person that's looking at your resume first, in most cases, is a recruiter, okay? So you're writing your resume you're writing your resume for a recruiter to understand, 1. 2, you're also writing your resume for the employer, the potential hiring manager, to understand. But in most cases, in 98% of the cases, your recruiter is going to see the resume first and then the hiring manager. So you got to get through the recruiter before you get through the hiring manager. Now, most recruiters and most hiring managers are not necessarily, they don't really care about the way the resume looks, the style, all the extra colors, all those things are really just a distraction. If you look at it from a bigger perspective, most recruiters are looking at 50, 75, 100 resumes a day. If you have a resume that is blue, purple, green, what have you, that is not the way for you to stick out. The way for you to stick out is to have an easy reading resume that is not filled with a whole bunch of paragraphs that will allow a recruiter or a hiring manager to look at the resume and know exactly what it is that you bring to the table. So let's go with this format. Your first name, your last name, whatever your suffix. You don't need an address on your resume anymore. There is a large amount of fraud out there, and it doesn't make any sense for you to put your address on your resume. In addition, people don't mail out thank you cards for applying anymore. At least I haven't seen that in a while. Normally it's sent by email. So all you need is your city, state, and zip. And those 3 are definitely needed, because when your resume is parsed into the applicant tracking system, the recruiter will be able to do a search based on a radius, okay, or based on a city and a state. And you want to make sure that you're going to be able to be searchable, so that information needs to be in there. Okay, the next thing you want to add is your phone number. And I always add phone so that the applicant tracking system will realize that this is my phone. You can do cell or mobile, but you also always want to name the number so that it'll parse into the fields correctly in the applicant tracking system. So your phone, you want to make sure that you include your email address. So your name here at gmail.com. So that's really important. And then I always add my LinkedIn URL. Okay. And so your name, and actually I'm going to pull my LinkedIn URL right here so you can see what it looks like. Okay. And I am a formatting junkie, so bear with me here. So that all of those things are really important when you're adding those things to your resume, and that is really how your header should look. Now, I am a perfectionist, so I'm going to clean this up a little bit because I want to make sure that I'm giving you everything that you need here. Okay, so we no longer use objectives on resumes. So if you have an objective on your resume, you definitely want to get rid of that as soon as possible. However, we do provide headlines. I think headlines are a great way to really say who you are or who you're not. Now, a headline can be there's 2 different examples for a headline. A headline could be a specific job title, which in my opinion, I think depending on the resume is a great headline to have, or it can be a one-line statement. STATE. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not the best speller. I love spell check here. Or it can be a one-line statement. Either or, you want to have some type of headline at the top of your resume so that the potential recruiter and employer will know exactly who you are and where you stand. Now, there are 5 sections to a professional resume that you should always see. The first section is your professional summary, your professional summary, and I spell everything, so bear with me. The second section should be your professional highlights, IONAN, highlights, okay? Your next section should be your technical skills, and I'll go over these in detail in one moment. Then your professional experience, okay? And then you should have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Your education. Now, your education, that you can add on to different parts. That could be your affiliations and your certifications and training can all be added under the educational section, but these are your main 5 parts of a resume. And I'm going to go through these really quickly here so you can understand why these are important, okay? So, when we're talking about a professional resume, your professional summary here, your professional summary should speak mainly about what it is that you bring to what you bring to the table. So I always start a professional summary out with 15 plus years of whatever type of experience that you have. And then you hone in on what they're to see within the resume, okay? And then I always add what I call some fluff, which is the subjective, objective kind of things. I'm a good worker. I'm a hard worker. I'm detail oriented. We all say those things. We hope they're very true, but that's what I call fluff, right? Your professional highlights are things that you've made, saved, and achieved. Now, a lot of people like to put their professional highlights under each individual position. I believe that it's very important to put your professional highlights at the top of your resume because remember, you only get a second, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Is that the saying, right? So people are looking, your recruiters and your hiring managers are looking at your resume. They're seeing your first page first. So you want to reel them in from the very beginning. Remember, this document is your introduction for them to know exactly what it is that you bring to the table. So your professional highlights are things that you've made, saved, or achieved, okay? And which is really important. And this is where, so we'll go into detail more about that, but I just want to give you a synopsis of, what you should have on your resume under your professional highlights. And I go into detail with all my resume clients and work with them to make sure that they're showing exactly what it is that they need to show, the things that they've done. Because at the end of the day, we want those professional highlights to be so amazing that the potential recruiter or employer is saying, well, dag, we really want this person to work here for us. Now, technical skills. I've had a couple of people say, D, I am high level. I'm executive level. I don't need technical skills. Listen, it's 2013. We're moving from an informational age to, I don't know, we're still very informational to more of a technical digital age, right? Everybody is using technology. I don't care if you only put Microsoft Word in your resume. There is some type of technology that you have used over the past 3, 5, 10, 15 years, and you definitely want to make sure that it's included on your resume. So for me, I will just add here, even though I am a geek, and do not tell anybody that, I'm an undercover geek is what I say, but at least, let's see, we do Microsoft Word at the bare minimum, and Office, and then you want to have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, right? I'll make sure I have this correctly. Access, if you know Access, and then Outlook. And then I may add, some other things here, or, applicant tracking systems for me, or whatever the case may be. But this is to at least start you out. Now, your professional experience definitely should be very detailed, and it should be on your page 2 if you are a mid-level professional or higher. And your professional experience should have should show not just where you work, how long you've been there, and what your title was, but your professional experience should also show what you have done in conjunction to the type of position that you're looking to do. Now, there are some people who are interested in a resume and they're interested in a career change, and that's something totally different. And you really definitely want to hire an experienced resume writer to be able to transform your resume into a place that is going to show where he or she will be able to bring out all the things that you've done that are related to your career change. But if you are in the same space and you're looking for a job within the same space, then you definitely want to focus on the things that you've done that relate to the type of position that you're looking to go into. And when you work with us, then you'll get a little more information about how we do that. It's actually a science to putting together the professional experience piece, which is pretty awesome. And then, of course, naturally, you have your education and anything else that you want to add here below. So this is kind of the basic format, and I wanted to just show you an example. Here is a client, and all I did was change his contact information for privacy purposes, but this gentleman came to me, and this was the beginning. This is how his resume looked when I received it. He's, as you can see, he's got a great career. He's worked at Microsoft. He's worked at Apple. He's worked at HP. So these are some pretty Verizon, Sprint, some pretty big companies here, right? And so this resume, you see, notice that this technology is here at the bottom. And then it's not as readable as we would like. So when we finished with his resume, this is how it looked. And we worked together pretty aggressively to get the look and feel that he wanted. So here you see his name, his address, and so forth. He actually has a headline statement here, consultative sales executive, that he wrote himself, and so we added it on. And then he wanted to make sure that he had a branding statement here, and I would probably add a little bit of color to that branding statement just to push it out there, and I may even change it to a different, give it a little different format. But this is how his branding statement looks, and that's because we've literally branded the gentleman for this particular resume. I mean, he's gotten his own personal logo. We went in and actually created his LinkedIn page. We not only did his LinkedIn profile and his resume, but we actually created, and I'm losing my thought process here, but we created his LinkedIn profile. We created his logo. He had a Google Plus page. We created the platform, the background for that, Twitter, as well as a Facebook fan page. And so that we could get him, and a Pinterest page, so that we could brand him as the professional, as you can see that he is. Each resume has the same format, but has the same sections, but sometimes a different format. Notice how clean this resume is, very easy to read. It tells exactly what this guy brings to the table and what you're going to see later on in the resume. He is now working for Salesforce.com, so he's got an amazing job here as well. Notice the professional highlights here, all the great things that he's done. You look at that, and of course a company would say, I'm definitely interested in this guy. We put his technical skills in the front. If you're a recruiter or a hiring manager and you're looking at this resume, then you're probably saying, okay, I can look a little bit further. I see some great things. And then here we added all his information here under each job. Very clean, very solid resume. Notice his footer is here so you don't lose any pages. We don't, after a certain year, 7 years, if the job 7 years or prior, we're not going to list everything he's done under every job, especially if you're an older work professional, seasoned professional. We definitely don't want to date you too much, so we want to add things that are relevant, and what's not relevant, then the title of the position that you had will become your relevant marker here. So this is a before and after, and I'll also take a couple of seconds to show you. See my LinkedIn profile here, but if you look here, and let me just go here. Here is a summary of a profile, and I'm not showing any faces just so that you can see kind of a summary of what we do with the LinkedIn profiles. But here we put a lot into the summary. We make sure that we engulf keywords into your summary because LinkedIn is very searchable via Google, Bing, online, as well as within LinkedIn. And let me tell you that recruiters out there are searching. Okay, 93% of recruiters as of June 2013 are using LinkedIn as one of the #1 sources to find resumes, and Facebook is coming up that picture coming up that ranking very quickly, and Twitter as well. So you definitely want to have a nice social presence. Here you can see this is a gentleman. This gentleman is actually in another country. He's in Switzerland, and we gave him a very clean profile based on his resume, engulfed with keywords here, and then all the things that he does. Made sure we had all of his proper skills attached as well, his languages, his certifications, so, and education. So you can see that this is a really good resume here. And then here we have another one. It was summary. We make sure that we inject personality into these resumes. We give them, into these LinkedIn profiles. We give a pretty aggressive, excuse my French. I said my French. We give a very aggressive, strong, bold look, and it's just a clean. It's a clean LinkedIn profile here. Here's another one. We have your bullet points. Creative project manager, innovative leader, passionate relationship builder, dynamic trainer. Those are just 4 characteristics that describe who I am and what I do. And then he talks a little bit about what's exciting about him there. Here's another one. Today you stopped by the right profile because what I do is like no other. My specialty is placing clear, top secret SCI with full polyscope professionals in great contract and direct hire opportunities. But if you don't have a clearance, I can place you too. You may be asking what sets me apart from other recruiters. Well, let me tell you. And then we go into why, and then her background, and then connect there. So we definitely take the time out to write a true profile that is customized to you, your fit, your personality, your background, all of those things all of those things. So great. So I just wanted to give you some examples. Oh, really quickly, I love this one. This is a guy whose profile we did, and he's received 2 job offers since we've completed his resume and LinkedIn profile. And not only that, he has received probably a $30,000 increase. We're used to seeing those come across our company with those 2 jobs. So great opportunity to get a new profile done, if nothing less than to just increase your brand and to become more searchable. If you go to the LinkedIn, our Identifies Company page, you'll see here that these are recommendations that people have left. We have 6 recommendations here. And I don't know if you've been to my LinkedIn profile as well. And I can't write my own recommendations, but here we have, let's just see, more recommendations for you to view. 24 right here for you to go in and look and kind of see the type of work that we do as well with writing resumes and just training individuals from a recruitment perspective and a job seeker perspective. Now, what can you do to get started? First of all, if you go to my personal profile, if you're on LinkedIn, then there is a little button here underneath Identifies Consulting's the position that we're currently in here, and if you click on there, then you can order a new resume. You can read the original and it'll take you right there. There will be a link at the end of this video that you can click on as well, and it'll take you right to our resume writing page, service page. It's not our website, but it is a piece of our website, the service page. Here you can read some reviews we've had. I've been trying to get all my clients that I've worked with to go in and to write reviews on the site. So we've got 9 reviews of individuals that have used the site, all 5 out of 5, which I'm very thankful and humbled about. So If we've done work with you, please write a review so that the world can see. Everybody's not on LinkedIn, and I want to make sure that the world can see what good we're doing and how we're giving back. Also, you can book any of the services now. We give a synopsis on the homepage of what we offer and why it's good to start with the resume writing service. And you can also do the book me now if you want to talk about your resume first. I love to talk, as you can tell, so you can schedule here a free consultation for us to discuss your resume. But if you are interested in actually signing up with a service, we have a number of options here where you can start. As you can see, our prices are pretty affordable. It takes about 3 meetings for us to get your resume right. We do have a 24-hour rush service if it's something that you're interested in. I don't like to rush. I really like to be able to take my time to make sure that we're creating the perfect document for you. So you can order Brushup services or singly or with your resume package. As you see, if you click these little icons, you can get an idea of what the service is. Let me just tell you, a resume Brushup is exactly what you just saw here. It really is just us formatting your resume into the proper format and making sure you have all your grammatical and your punctuation errors and all that stuff fixed. We do not actually write the resume. We will create the professional summary for you, but it is really ultimately a quick fix for something that you currently have. People who order the Brushup service normally they're normally happy with their resume if they're looking to just be in format and in line and maybe have a few keywords injected in there to become more relevant. The actual resume writing piece we offer definitely based on the years of experience that you have. So if you have less than 2 years of experience, you can order entry-level resume and LinkedIn package, and with that we will also include any branding that you want. If you want a social media, you want to add social media to that package, we definitely can. And to get you a brand, now it is up to you to manage your brand, okay? But what we will do is create that brand for you so that you are coming across in the most professional way, and that's on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, the whole 9. So that all comes with the package, whether it's entry level, mid level, or a senior. Here we have a senior level package. In addition, we do provide LinkedIn training, job search training with the packages. Only with the packages do we provide job search training. So we give you an opportunity to understand how to use LinkedIn for your jobs, for your job search. Most people think it's just as simple as just going into LinkedIn and just looking at the jobs that are available. But there are 3 different locations that you can find job listings on LinkedIn. I'm not going to go into that because you and I will be meeting soon, hopefully, so we can go into that. But having a job search today is not just as simple as posting your resume on the job boards and you think, oh, somebody's going to find me, right? It's not just that. Yes, you want to be searchable, but you want to be searchable in the places that recruiters are searching. And you're fortunate enough for you, if you work with Identifies Consulting, you're working with a recruiter right now who can show you all those places and all those things. So get the upper advantage and take a moment and sign up for one of our services. Our most expensive service is the executive level package. And if you're looking for a CV, it's $524.99. That's the most expensive package. If you're military, it's $454.99. But again, you get the branding piece that goes along with that. In addition to the job search training, you get a free cover letter, branding, all those things. So it's definitely well worth the price, and you get one-on-one assistance on creating the proper brand and the proper platform for you. So I'm not going to go into more detail. I just wanted to kind of let you know we do offer career coaching if you're interested. We also offer a resume writing class if you're interested in actually learning how to write a resume. We offer that as well in starting your own resume writing business. So it goes on a career coaching if you want to actually get an idea of where you are. We can also do a corporate resume fact sheet or a biography. So it's not much that we can't do on this end when it comes to resume writing and getting your brand and developing your brand out there. So I really wanted to just thank you again for taking the time out to listen to me ramble on for this period of time. I hope to see you at Identifies Consulting. Come to the website. You can definitely don't forget www.identifiesconsulting.com. We are actually again, here's the link for you to be able to sign up for the resume writing services. You can also do it from the website, and let me pull the website up right now. And actually, you all are getting the older version. We have a new website launching in the next 30 days. But if you come to the website and you want to schedule an appointment, you can go right to the website, schedule an appointment. If you're a senior level professional here, what you do is you book now. And it'll give you an opportunity to figure out what time you want to book here. My first available appointment is 9 a.m. on the 24th. You click that button. You put your first name and last name in. So I'm just going to put D. Williams here, D. Williams, G.A. at gmail.com. And then I'm going to, this isn't my mobile, but I'm going to put my office number in here. And it asks me, do I want a text reminder? And I'll say yes. And then, if you want to put just a nice word of love. Hey, D, look, can't wait. I love to see these messages. So make sure you add it in. You submit that time there, and then it gives you the option to pay now. And you can also leave a tip if you think I'm like nice or cute or just professional or whatever. I don't know. Just whatever you choose. Feel free to add a tip if you'd like. It will go to my daughter needs a college education fund. Okay, anyway, I'm just kidding. So you can definitely feel free to leave a tip there. And again, as always, we are open to reviews here and on LinkedIn. So thank you again. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Google+, follow us on Pinterest, follow us on Facebook. The list goes on. We're everywhere. Thank you again. God bless you and have an absolutely amazing day. Thanks again for watching.